The sun is shining, the skies are blue, and the summer season is finally upon us. Whether you are planning summer holidays, December getaways, or even a destination wedding, this is by far the most appealing time to travel and indulge in some well-deserved leisure time. And guess what? A day from now, the 1st of September, in South Africa, we begin Tourism Month, where we celebrate our diverse tourism offerings and their contribution to our local economy and job creation. But before you get packing to go on and live your best hotel life, let's talk a little bit about strategy. If you want to save on accommodation costs this coming summer holidays, this is the episode to listen to. I'm going to be your guide and help you on when and how to book. Welcome to the Hospitality Suite, the podcast that helps you live your best hotel life. Today I'm here to help you navigate the world of accommodation offers and just to give you some of the savviest booking tips for this upcoming summer season. So if you are ready to save big and make the most of your vacation, let's dive right in. Tomorrow marks the first day of spring in South Africa. It's the 1st of September. We are getting into spring in style, being a weekend, and I know that your head is buzzing with excitement, maybe even a little bit of anxiety because you are starting to think, what are the plans for the summer holidays? What getaway can I put together for my friends? What holiday can I put together for my family, my loved ones? I'm here to help you on some accommodation tips specifically so that you have enough in the kitty left over to spend throughout whatever trip, whatever holiday, whatever getaway that you put together. It is undeniable the 1st of September in South Africa marks the beginning of the holiday buzz. We have long weekends, public holidays, and 2 school term breaks to go before the year is over. These are all opportunities for unforgettable experiences with friends, family, and loved ones. We also have a few events happening across the country. I'll leave some of the descriptions below for you to have a look at. The temptation to travel is irresistible. But remember, and this is not me trying to sound like Uncle Ben speaking to Peter Parker over here, with great vacations come great costs, from airfare to accommodation and event tickets. So let's get to booking like a pro. And here is where the real magic happens. Booking your stay. The when and how are crucial, and I'll break it down for you. Booking period. Timing is everything. Plan in advance but not too far out. The sweet spot can vary, but generally 2 to 3 months ahead works extremely well. I suggest booking with the hotel directly because this opens up the communication channels with you and the hotel directly. You can negotiate, you can engage with them, and it allows them to offer you their best rate. And at times they will even book your stay, hold it until the day of arrival when you actually arrive at the hotel without having asked you or required you to pay in advance. These are the things that can become a little bit tricky on the online platforms because of automated systems that require to secure or convert the bookings as and when you book them online. When you speak to a hotel directly via email, via telephone, or even via their booking site, there can be opportunities, and many times there are opportunities as opposed to any other platforms or channels online for you to book and hold your booking. Not guaranteed. And hotels call these non-guaranteed bookings. They hold them up until 6 p.m. on the day of arrival. The only risk that you have is that the booking is not guaranteed. So if you turn out to actually need that room and you have to travel and the booking is not guaranteed, and let's say the hotel suddenly becomes fully booked or the hotel becomes busy, your booking is not guaranteed. But that's not an issue for you if you are trying to also have your options or leave your options open. Let's say you are the opposite of this person that I just described and you like to get your things in advance, sorted, done, confirmed, guaranteed. there's also opportunities for you, and there's some perks for you like advance discounts, flexible cancellation policies if you book in advance and you go straight to the source. If you are familiar and confident with doing most, if not all, your shopping online, when it comes to booking accommodation, then my suggestion is to book with online travel agents, reputable online travel agents such as Booking.com and Expedia. As a hotelier with over 2 decades of experience in hotels, I will always be biased and suggest or highly recommend that you book with the hotel directly. There are so many perks for doing that. Let's say things take an unexpected turn of events and what you had planned is interrupted by just life. Life is unpredictable after all. So this is a section where we discuss cancellation policy. And my suggestion is to opt for hotels with a lenient cancellation policy. You will thank yourself later. Most hotels will require 36 to 24 hours in advance before the arrival date for you to cancel the reservation without a penalty, and sometimes even earlier. It all depends on the period that you booked, what is taking place in the area. Is there a special event? Is there a demand for bookings or travel into that particular area? Is the region busy because of a major event? So the cancellation policy may be even much earlier than 36 to 24 hours before the arrival date, where the hotel will require you to cancel so that you can escape any penalties. But if you book directly, these are the things that are also negotiable with the hotel, and you might find yourself securing in writing verbally a lenient cancellation policy. Other benefits of booking with the hotel directly include you being able to negotiate with the hotel should you find yourself in a jam with a cancellation policy or cancellation terms and conditions. Let's say you couldn't travel and the hotel wants to charge you 100% for the day because they were fully booked, and despite your excuse or your concern or your issue or what transpired, they are at liberty to charge you, and they can charge you. You've signed for it, you have paid for it, you have received the terms and conditions. Booking directly allows you to have conversations with the hotel and negotiate. Another thing that you can do is move or request to move your booking from that date, instead of you being charged and not having stayed at the hotel, to a future date. Therefore, it keeps your booking active, they've still got your payment, and you have the opportunity to redeem that stay and not lose out completely on the money that you have paid. And this only happens if you follow the direct booking channels, you engage with the hotel directly, because the minute you go outside the direct bookings, direct engagement with the hotel, you reduce the chances of any flexibility in the event that you find yourself having to debate or negotiate cancellation terms and conditions. Please note these are just suggestions and tips and guidelines on some of the things that could help you if you find yourself in a cancellation term and condition penalty situation. But hotels, if there is an agreement in place and you have agreed to it, you have paid, you have signed for it, you have acknowledged a cancellation term and condition, will be at liberty to charge you full price, and they may be at liberty not to engage or allow you to move your booking to a future state, especially if they were in a position where they displaced business. What hotels do is they take reservations until they reach full capacity. That means each and every room has been booked. Everybody is expected to occupy a bed. Whether you come or not, they are full. And what happens next is they will displace business. In other terms, they cannot take somebody else's business because you held that room on that date. So now, if you're no longer staying and wanting your money back, they've essentially lost out from a business perspective. This is where the hotels will want to charge you 100% for that day. Some hotels will not want to negotiate that and not see the opportunity to keeping or moving your booking to the future. And that's okay. And this would mean as a grown-up, you might have to just suck this one up. But my main point is that there are plenty of opportunities for negotiations and leniency and exceptions if you book with the hotel directly. And that's the point I want you to take away. Now let's get on to the best days to book. There's so many theories here, and it all depends on the location, the type of hotel, the seasonality, and all these other fancy things that impact the business of hotels. You'll find people saying Sunday is the cheapest day to book because everybody that checked in over the weekend is leaving. Hotels are finding that sort of a lull period and they somehow have cheaper prices. It doesn't necessarily mean that it applies the same to the next hotel in the next region, in the next location. Some people will say those days for international travel are the most expensive days. Some people will say Tuesdays are the best days to book. I'm not really sure what educates these things. I think there are moving targets. There's so many metrics that apply. So the best suggestion I can give you is to make sure that you once again book in advance, keeping your options open by directly engaging with the hotel and therefore getting the benefit of flexible cancellation policies while you having a look at your options and you're trying to weigh your options and you're trying to finalize your plans, your travel plans, and making sure you avoid those cancellation policies. There's no specific day that is scientifically proven in the hotel industry to be better than others. There are a few things that educate why Thursday is more expensive for international travel, why Sunday is perceived to be cheaper when booking a hotel. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll find that across all hotels, across all regions. So you just want to apply caution and make sure that you book in advance and you get the most lenient of cancellation terms and conditions as possible. So now you are ready to secure your booking, but you are jammed at the rate shopping and decision making. And this is the part where we're talking about making every cent count. What you need to remember here is just like any business, any shopping situation, any retail transaction, is that you must avoid going for the highest published price. You must also remember that if you are looking to book accommodation, you are shopping. And just like any shopping situation, you will always be faced with what they call a tag price or a door price or a sticker price. This is the highest published price or rate that you'll be faced with anybody that's selling a product or a service. Your job is to avoid going for that price off the bat. How many times have you gone to a furniture shop or gone to a dealership, a car dealership, and the price that was on the door is not the price that you ended up paying? How many times? How many times have you gone to a Kia dealership and you looked at a car and they had a sticker price and you ended up paying 5, 10, 15, 20% less? It happens. Hotels are no exceptions. You need to negotiate. You need to book directly. It might not always work, but it will work most of the time. The exceptions are exceptions exactly for that. There's an event, it's peak season, there is something happening in the region, there's a massive event in the country, and those are the exceptional circumstances that will see you paying the highest published rate. Talking about paying the highest published rate as a local, this is where you need to listen up. Domestic tourism is a big thing in South Africa, and you need to explore the campaigns that are out there by South African Tourism, by your local destination marketing organization, or whatever tourism body in your region. Talking about South African tourism, they are bringing back the Short Left campaign. Essentially what this campaign does is it gives you deals and giving you a chance to embrace our beautiful country on a budget. Just to create some context for those that don't know how the name came up, Short Left in local terms and how we grew up is if you are with your mate and let's say you want to go and see your girlfriend who lives a few blocks down the road, you'll say to them, I'm just taking a short left. I'm going around the corner. It's a very short trip from one place to the other. If you're going to the store or you're being sent by your parents, short left is what you say to whoever you're with. So that's where the term affectionately came about, short left. And South African tourism has built it into an amazing campaign, essentially saying locals are going from one province or could go from one province to the other exploring their own native area and doing it while enjoying the best deals if they are going to accommodation places, restaurants, or attractions. I will also leave the link on the description below just so that you can go through the Short Left campaign and see the things that might align with your travel ambitions, things that you might be interested in. Have a look by region and see what aligns with your travel dates, and make sure that you capitalize on the local campaign deals that are designed to help you live your best hotel life, your best hospitality life. So we've talked about the holiday buzz and the great cost that comes with great vacations. We've talked about booking like a pro, understanding when and how to book. We've talked about the booking periods. We've talked about the different booking platforms. If you are a person who's savvy online and wishes to just follow that easy route and have that one-stop shop and book online. We've also emphasized the importance of booking directly with the hotel suppliers to gain those discounts, that direct communication and flexibility with the hotels. We've then also talked about cancellation policies and the best days to book. We've talked about making every cent count, making sure that you never go for the direct tag price or the sticker price or the door price. The last point is one to remember. Do not ever go for the sticker price. Do not ever go for the highest published rate. Do not ever go for the first price that you are given. I think it's a principle to follow with anything when it comes to shopping and anything where it comes to purchasing. You need to make sure that you explore opportunities for negotiations and try to get that 5, 10, 15 to 20% discount. There's many times where you may have followed this and it paid off, but from time to time, depending on where you go and your comfort level, your confidence level, wherever you're shopping, you sort of forgo that option and you just go for the sticker price. Don't do it. Always negotiate. Like I said, hotels are no exceptions. Always look to negotiate your rate. There will be times where we won't get away with it and it will be what it is, and you just need to move on if there are valid explanations or excuses why the hotel will charge you the highest published rate. It will happen. There will be valid reasons. But as a general rule, don't go for the highest published rate. Try to negotiate. It is much easier if you're booking with the hotel direct. Now, there's one thing that I haven't talked about which plays a big role in accommodation costs and saving. You need to remember that loyalty and reward programs are the golden tickets to more savings. Keep an eye out for these exclusive member-only rate campaigns. Trust me, they are worth it. As I said before, hotels are no exception. Just like any other business, there are member-only rates. These are sales open only to the loyal members before it's sent out to the general public, and members make enormous savings on their overall accommodation costs just by enrolling into the member loyalty programs. So just in case you are wondering, why do I need to be so savvy and why do I need to know when and how to book, I just want to remind you of some of the school holidays, the public holidays, and even the events that are still to follow. These are things that are happening all across the country in different regions that are sure to increase travel and may cause for peak periods, which will impact your accommodation price that you end up paying if you are not savvy about how to appreciate it. So before the year is over, there's a few long weekends to consider. There's some public holidays. There's still 2 term breaks to go. These are all opportunities for unforgettable experiences with friends, family, and loved ones. There's also a few events taking place across the country that are extremely popular that will create congestion and peak periods, which will influence pricing either for airfare or accommodation. If I just look at Johannesburg, you have got the Johannesburg Art Fair on the 8th to the 10th of September. You have got Standard Bank Joy of Jazz in September, which is extremely popular. You have got DSTV Delicious Festival with all sorts of well-known artists that are going to entertain the crowds. This garners a lot of appeal. and also the Soweto Marathon on the 6th of November. If we look at Durban, you have got the White Mountain Festival in the KZN, the Drakensberg area. You have got Amashova Durban Classic, which is a cycling event, very popular. You have all sorts of cycling fanatics trying to do what we all try to do every year, which is to beat the previous year's time and see if we can go faster than a friend. Maybe we're training for the next cycling event, or we just want to have fun. It's really a one-day job. Most people need to be there a day earlier to prepare and settle in. And there's others that might need to stay a day earlier. Maybe the knees are sore, or they just had a bad cycling event this time, or they just want to relax and have fun with friends. So these are all the things that will impact pricing for accommodation places. But if you're savvy, you might save a few % off your accommodation rate. More events are taking place in Cape Town before the year finishes, and one of my favorite marathons taking place on the 14th and 15th of October is Cape Town Marathon. People are going down in numbers for this one. I was looking at flights and they telling you already that something is going down. Just looking at the airfare and the ticket prices are telling you, listen, something is going down in Cape Town. So you want to apply the tips that I've given you. They might be even helpful this year already. If they are not, keep them handy, because if you are a person who is a follower of these events and you look at destinations such as Cape Town, such as Joburg, such as KZN as a destination of interest, you want to reduce cost somewhere. And I'm telling you, you can do it in the accommodation space. It can be from 5 to 20% off if you apply some of these savvy tips that I've given you. They might not always work, and that's okay, because we now know that there are peak periods, there are congestion periods where there's absolutely nothing you can do to avoid the highest published prices or the expensive prices. But if you learn to do things in advance and you are savvy and you book direct and you learn to negotiate with the hotels, you'll find that you'll get away most of the time with the discounts that you want. So there you have it, your ultimate guide to mastering the art of booking accommodations like a true pro this summer season. So get ready to travel, get ready to unwind, and get ready to enjoy the sweet joys of a well-planned getaway. For more information, check out the links provided in the show notes on what we talked about today. As always, keep exploring, keep discovering, and keep embracing the world of hospitality. Cheers for now.